Hello again. On Monday, a man who had been picketing the Tate Gallery in February to protest against an event being held there involving a drag artist entertaining children was convicted of a public order offence. This was reported on the BBC, and I give a link in the description to this video to the BBC report. He appeared in Westminster Magistrates Court accused of expressing hostility towards sexual orientation and transgender identity. The very fact that this should be regarded as a criminal offence is in itself an absolute scandal, incidentally. I should be perfectly free to say that I dislike this or that person on the grounds of sexual orientation or gender identity. It might be an unpleasant thing to say, and I probably wouldn't say it, but that's a different thing from it being something illegal that I can be arrested and taken to court for. It's outrageous. Specifically, he had been saying forcefully in public that the person performing at this show should not be allowed near children because of the suggestion of pedophilia. The judge said that the defendant's comments went beyond freedom of expression into hate speech. I quote, "Prosecutor Luke Staten told the court that when a woman and her daughter tried to enter the event room, Mr. O'Connor used words to the effect of, 'They are indoctrinating children in there. There's a man dressed as a woman and he is defending paedophiles.'" Well, as it happens, that's perfectly true. The man dressed as a woman was a drag artist who goes by the name of Ada HD, and earlier this year he fundraised for the funeral of a fellow drag artist and spoke glowingly of him after his death. A key idea which is defended by liberals and left-wingers is that drag artists and transsexuals represent no threat to women or children, and that to suggest otherwise is to display homophobia, transphobia and so on. The problem is, of course, that some people in that scene do present a threat, and allowing them unfettered access to children might not be a wise move. The fact that the man performing at the Tate Gallery was a close friend of another drag queen called Darren Moore indicates some of the concerns. Talking of the man who had been protesting at the Tate Gallery, the BBC reports that his solicitor said that he was protesting that day because of a link which he believed existed between Ada HD and convicted sex offender Darren Moore, whom the court heard is now dead. That's all, except of course it's not really all, is it? Remember for a moment what the specific thing was that Mr. O'Connor, who was convicted of hate speech, actually said, "There's a man dressed as a woman and he is defending paedophiles." Is this true? Well, let's see now. In 1999, the man in question, Darren Moore, was convicted of 4 counts of raping a boy under the age of 14. He was sent to prison and banned from having any contact with children on his release. He came out of prison and guess what he did next? Why, he got a job as a gymnastics coach for children and as a dance instructor with children. He ended up back in court for this. This man was a dedicated child molester, and drag artist Ada HD, who arranged his funeral and spoke so movingly of him as an exuberant human being taken from the world too early, rest in peace, didn't seem bothered that the man about whom she was speaking was a child rapist. On the funding page for the funeral, Ada HD wrote, "Anyone who knew Darren would know how he was never understated in his appearance and costume. His larger-than-life character and charisma was something you'd never forget. We'd like to support Darren and his family and give Darren the biggest send-off. If you're able to and can afford a few quid, please donate what you can to ensure we do him proud." Here is a question. Does the fact that this man, who had been engaged to entertain children and babies, apparently doesn't seem to care about the rape of children, make him unsuitable to provide a show for kids? Is it wrong to draw attention to his link with a child rapist? Neither the BBC nor The Guardian appeared keen to explore this question in their reports, preferring to portray the protests at the Tate Gallery earlier this year as being orchestrated by the far right. Nobody wants to talk about the real reason that people were getting worked up about this. That is to say that the man hired for a kids show had close connections, both personal and professional, with a child rapist. These days, nobody can say anything about anything at all connected with gay people, transvestites or sex changers without the accusation of some phobia or other being levelled at them. I don't blame the man who was convicted at all, and I think he did the right thing. He said that the drag artist appearing at the Tate Gallery defended paedophiles, and the drag artist who appeared at the Tate Gallery did indeed defend paedophiles. I'll give a couple of links in the description to this video on the subject.